Joining us now is founder and CEO of Operation Hope and a CNBC contributor, John Hope Bryant, and American Action Forum president and former director of the Congressional Budget Office, Douglas Holtz-Eakin. And John, I got to start with you and apologize on behalf of New Jersey because it's been raining like somebody built an ark. So you were supposed to be here on set, but you took I don't see how any planes are getting in. So anyway, good to see you either remotely. If you were to sit down with the president and give him a couple sentences of advice, a little pep talk, what would you say?
I'd say that, first of all, great to see you, Brian, and I will get there because I never give up, and neither does this country. We're not a country, we're an idea. I'm going to make it whatever we want, which leads to the point. I'd say to the president, nobody remembers what you said, what you wrote, what you did. They remember how you made them feel. I'd say that you need to thread the needle between a Ronald Reagan and a Bill Clinton, or I'm going to flip that and say a Bill Clinton with more of a centrist message, and a Ronald Reagan inspiration message. Really, you need to become the chief inspiration officer for the country. People are, you said in previous interview with the Congresswoman that people aren't feeling the love. Well, that's because we had the lowest interest rates in mankind's history for a decade and a half almost, 1%, 2%, 3%. You'll never see that again. That came as a result of 2008 economic crisis and recovery thereof. So interest rates are up, gas prices and food is up, even though it's coming to come down. It hasn't hit yet. So you need tabletop economics here. You got to get to somebody's table, the kitchen table, bring the IRS over, bring the Department of Commerce over, say, look, how much do you make? I make $38,000 a year. I'm a teacher. How many kids do you have? 3 kids. Okay, come over here. Sit down. Do they qualify for something? Yes. Earned income tax credit. Okay, great. How much is that worth? Well, they qualify for $6,500, a bonus for working. Great. By the way, it's retroactive for 3 years. Did you know that? No, I didn't. That's financial literacy, by the way. Okay, that's almost $20,000 for somebody making 38 to 50. It's actually about 20 grand. Are you happy yet? By the way, they can only be wired to a bank account. Yeah. So the bank account for you. Okay, what else can we do for you? And okay, that's a down payment for a house. So let's reduce your debt. All of a sudden, now the lights are on. And by the way, Brian, people say I hate rich people. No, you don't. You hate rich people till you become rich. What you hate is a game system where you don't think that it works for you.
Yeah, that's well said. Doug, sorry, John. I want to go to you. I think here's the president's greatest problem. The rate of inflation is coming down. We know that, right? And sometimes there's a mix-up in the words, but the problem is that the voter is smart. Doesn't matter what your education level is. You know that the burger that was $12 is now $18. You know that the rent that was $900 is now $1,200. You know that your electric bill, which was $75, is now $150. You don't give a you-know-what that the rate has gone down. All you know is everything you're paying for is higher. Is it the president's fault? No, but the voter's going to blame somebody.
Yeah, they're painfully aware of this. And prior to even the Biden administration, it was clear in the polls that when people talked about getting inflation under control, they meant getting food prices back to what they used to be, getting gas prices.
It's not going to happen, Doug. Tell them right now. It ain't going to happen.
You know that. I agree with you, but it's the problem they face. And in shelter inflation, still 6% year over year. So the inflation issue is the one that's really the Achilles heel. What they have to avoid doing is focusing on all these macro figures, stock market, unemployment rate. Yeah, the unemployment rate's been low during his tenure. That means everyone went to work in 2021. They went to work in 2022. And they got further behind. Real wages fell. Nobody is happy about that. And they're up against that deficit. Now, that turned around a little bit last year. His numbers are slightly better, but they have a big problem with that history. And his programs, if he starts touting his programs, he's got to remember that. Yeah. He talks about manufacturing, he talks about construction. Most of the economy is somewhere else.